Yeah, box, please. To-go box. Thanks, guys.
I think when you look at first responders, a lot of times you think about all the tragedy that we deal with. And that's kind of the way I look at Craig and Maria. A few years ago, when I was a commander of 1st Precinct, we had an officer who was seriously injured. He was shot.
We begin tonight with breaking news.
A Richmond police officer shot today in the city's East End.
At that time, I didn't know these folks. I didn't know anything about this business. I did not reach out to them. They called me. And they called and immediately said, what can we do to help? They came out and they fed our precinct immediately. They provided food to every shift.
Oh, we're going right over here, sweetie.
Maria went out with me to meet with officers' family. We went to their house, we talked with them, and they provided the family assistance. And you kind of think when things like that happen that you're not going to hear from folks again, but it didn't end there. The same year on Thanksgiving Day, and these folks have a family. On Thanksgiving Day, when their business was closed, they came out and they served the precinct with food. And it's just been that type of relationship. They've never asked for anything in return. They've never asked for publicity. All they do is say, what can we do? And they step up and they help folks.
Thank you.
You called us, and
Yeah. Thanks for.
anytime you need something like this,
Oh,
gladly
wow.
do it as much as they'll do for us.
Yeah,
All right?
thank you.
And the relationship has grown where I consider them friends, and I really believe they represent what is right about what goes on in this country, and certainly in the city of Richmond.
We're still following that breaking news out of Richmond, Virginia.
One of the things that comes to mind about Maria and Craig, we had a trooper killed in the line of duty while I was president of the association. While I was on scene helping work the crime scene and everything else, one of the first texts I got within the first hour was from Craig and Maria asking what they could do. What can we do to help? What can we do to help the family? That meant a lot to us to really bring them, make them part of the Virginia State Police family. I tell you, it's really cool though. That's a great location. So when you have somebody like Craig and Maria that stand up and they actually call you, just whatever we can do to help your families, not just on the day of the loss, not just on the day of the funeral, but also the days after. Let's take food to the families. You know, these widows and these children, you know, what can we do to bring them a meal? Not a month after, 2 months, 3 months, 6 months after. They're still reaching out to these families. Hey, come on by, we'd love to see you. You know, a good friend of mine was, shot and killed in the city of Richmond. Another special agent like me.
Special Agent Walter died just after 5 this morning at VCU Medical Center in Richmond.
You know, and I know his family is still hurting from that. But, Maria reaches out to her, his wife occasionally and says, hey, come by the store, grab some food, bring the kids by, we'd love to see you. Not just for the food, but come in and let's get a hug. And that really makes them part of the family of the state police. It means a lot to me, it means a lot to Colonel Settle, Superintendent of the State Police. It just really makes them feel like they are part of the state police family.
Flying half-staff in front of this Henrico firehouse and around the district, a somber reminder of the loss of a brother.
In the fall of 2019, we had an unfortunate incident where we lost one of our firefighters suddenly on an off-duty basis. Within an hour, we're bringing off-duty firefighters, on-duty firefighters, firefighters from other stations into a central location, one of our fire stations, to try to debrief, try to work through the things that had happened. Knowing that it was just after lunchtime, we're not sure if guys have eaten. Food always makes things better. A phone call was made to Maria to ask, is there any way that you could get some food over to the fire station, which is about 8 miles away. No questions asked. Maria asked how many people, what did you need? And obviously we were still working through a lot of things and whatever y'all can do for us. Within an hour of that phone call, Maria's crew was there setting up a buffet in our bay with a lot of food. They were, what can we do for you? What do you need? And if you need anything else, you call us and we'll bring stuff back right now. Unknown how many folks were gonna show up. It was comforting. It was nice to have those relationships with folks that it's not, well, this will be this much, or who's paying for this, or we settle everything later, but it was no questions asked. What do you need from us and what can we do to make things better? It's just a great relationship to have with a local business and organization.
All right. Good. What do you need to know about Craig? Craig makes me a better person. He works hard. He always puts his family first. And he's a great example to our boys, to our teammates, to my family.
We can do a line check together, yeah. You have a hat? You have a hat, Mission BBQ?
Just the other day, I was down bad at my store in Midlothian. 2 preppers called out, and I was pretty much in there by myself. And out of nowhere, Craig just pops up. He's like, what can I help you with? So being in the position that I am in, you never really want to call your boss to ask for help in a situation like that. You kind of want to handle it yourself just to show that you have great leadership skills. Craig comes in out of nowhere, just, what do you need me help with?
Well, good.
He blanches fries, lugging big barrels of fries filled with water and fries. You gotta wash them repeatedly, watch them until the water pretty much turns clear. Taste it with your hand, we call it drinking water clear consistency before the fries are even ready to get blanched. And he just jumps right in, takes it over for me, do what you gotta do. That's just the kind of guy Craig is, man. You can always count on him just to be there for you. Looking out for you, just that guy.
I always describe him as that good Boy Scout. He always does everything right. He lives and breathes that golden rule every single day.
Yeah.
Come on,
follow
me.
the pretty girl. So for Maria, we've been together over 30 years, married 29 years this December 8th. Very special woman, a very loving individual, phenomenal mother, phenomenal wife, phenomenal friend. She's a great sister to her sisters. She has a spirit about her. She has a positive, upbeat spirit.
I'll bring you some more sweet tea. I'll be right back.
Stay-at-home mom for 20 plus years, and then, you know, I kind of pulled her into Mission BBQ just to help out. A couple of hours a day has turned into a full-time career. Just unleashing, you know, her want to please people, her want to do things. Really, when we both came to Mission BBQ, we always respected fire, police, and military, but now that we've gotten to know them on a personal level, especially Maria has developed some great friendships with our local community, and just likes to give. She's someone who wants to please. I'm blessed to have her in my life. I've always been told that I'm the lucky one, and I agree. I am the lucky one. Every morning when I wake up, you know, I feel blessed that she is my wife.
Thank you, Sam.
Thank you for everything that you do. Are you kidding me? You're an inspiration, and I mean that. You're an inspiration. You're an inspiration.
Thanks.
You really are. You truly are.
A servant's heart to me is someone who is selfless. They want to give. They love doing what they do. It comes from the heart. As I'm a mother of 3 boys, so to me it's something. It's easy. It's in my blood, I suppose. It's something that I was born with. It's caring about other people, looking out for their well-being, making sure everything's taken care of, putting them always first.
Thank you, Maria.
Oh, Russell, you know it's my pleasure.
You know, this is not a Craig thing. This is not a Maria thing. This is a Mission BBQ Richmond team that has really built a great connection here in this community.